Good afternoon, and thank you, Chairman Ezell, for calling today's hearing, and congratulations on your new post as Chair of the Coast Guard and Maritime Transportation Subcommittee. I look forward to working together with you to get things done. I hear that we already share the same value on the Jones Act, so I appreciate your position on that. Before I turn to the matter at hand, I have to express some concern and discuss what I consider was an outrageous executive action directed at the Coast Guard, specifically the unprecedented, misguided, and clearly political firing of Coast Guard Commandant Admiral Linda Fagan. As the first female service chief of any branch of the military, Admiral Fagan served with honor and distinction and exhibited a true commitment to making things better for the service as a whole. It is deeply unfair for this administration to invent a false narrative for her termination and use that as a basis to engage in political theater and retribution. While we have made great strides in recent years in bolstering our ports, waterways, and maritime industry, we cannot take our foot off the pedal. The bipartisan infrastructure law alone invested more than $17 billion in our ports and waterways. This funding has been used to fund repairs, upgrades, and replacements to reduce port and vessel congestion and to strengthen our supply chain. In addition, cutting emissions near ports by boosting electrification and investing in other low-carbon technologies to reduce overall environmental impacts is critically important as we continue to battle climate change. Since bill funding expires in 2 years, I look forward to working together to draft Bill 2.0. U.S. ports accounted for almost $3 trillion in gross domestic product in 2024. The sheer volume of cargo moving in and out of ports would not be possible without robust infrastructure and strong workforce to support it. Another area that is primed for robust U.S. investment is offshore wind. Adding clean energy production into the maritime domain is a win-win for the U.S. maritime industry, creating jobs for mariners, business at ports, and shipbuilding opportunities for companies and shipyards, many of which have already made a significant investment. I believe we are at a crossroads in the maritime domain, facing a critical deficit in the number of U.S. shipyards, U.S. mariners, and U.S. vessels. And every mariner who does business in the United States knows the Jones Act is the foundation of the United States maritime industry. At its core, it is designed to protect the U.S. commercial shipbuilding industry and requires any vessel participating in coastwise trade to be United States owned, United States crewed, and United States built. We have an opportunity now more than ever to leverage its built-in barriers and revitalize the maritime industry. If the United States intends on keeping pace with capacity and technology to maintain the steady state flow of goods, we must continue to prioritize programs such as the Port Infrastructure Development Program, the Small Shipyard Grant Program, and the Federal Ship Financing Program, Cargo Preference, and Title 11. Building our shipyards is a top priority for our nation's maritime governance and also our national security. Our commercial mariners and our military depend on reliable shipyards to build and repair our U.S. fleet. We know that having only 4 shipyards left in America is not sustainable. But building ships is not enough. To remain competitive internationally, we must ensure that U.S. flagships have cargo to carry. Even more so, I am concerned that the administration manufactured turmoil at the Coast Guard will lead to serious risks in the maritime transportation system, risks that we cannot afford to make. I am hopeful that this hearing can shed light on the positive impacts that the loan and grant programs have had on this industry. Also, I want you to be critical and honest. What is it going to take to return the U.S. to global competitor in shipping and shipbuilding? Thank you, and I yield back.
I now recognize Mr. Larson, the